If you drop out in order to teach America a lesson, you would not be a loser, you would be a legend. There'd be a federal holiday in your honour, and it would be called Guy Who Decided Not to Be President's Day. And it would be the greatest day ever. And look, I know this sounds far-fetched. You're probably wondering how it would all even work. Well, what if I told you there was a foolproof instruction manual? You'd be interested, right? Now, what if I told you this instruction manual was written at the 5th grade reading level? You'd be very interested, right? Well, guess what? We found this 1996 book for children called The Kid Who Ran for President. And believe me, this is basically about you. It's the story of Judson Moon, a charismatic, somewhat bored class clown who runs for president as a joke. And some of his character traits might ring a bell. He refers to his potential spouse as the first babe. And he says, my job as a candidate for highest office in our nation is to come up with good quotes, which I'm sure reminds you of someone.
I know words. I have the best words.
Exactly. Now, it is worth noting that Judson Moon expressed his idea using 18 words, 23 syllables and a subclause, while you just said, I have the best words. But the point is, it's basically the same idea. Now, like you, the kid soon realises that he can basically propose anything and a certain segment of the population will buy into it. And I know that you are not much of a reader, which is why we got Will Arnett to record the book's description of the kid's first campaign speech. Just take a listen.
My first official act as President of the United States will be to abolish homework, now and forever. A huge roar of approval went up across the auditorium. It was pandemonium. I paused to allow them to calm down a little. I didn't want to incite a riot or anything. No more homework, no more homework, no more homework, chanted the school as one. The dumbest guys seemed particularly happy, fist-bumping me and saying stuff like, awesome, dude.
You hear that? You hear that? If you replace the words no more homework with build that wall, that's basically every single one of your rallies. But wait, there's more. The kid soon realises he's riding something that he can't control, and he bemoans the fact that he could tell his supporters that the earth was flat and that they'd agree with him. Does that sound familiar?
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters.
Come on, the parallels are fucking uncanny here. Now, granted, this fictional 12-year-old boy sounds vastly more reasonable than you, an actual 70-year-old man, but you get my point here. And here is where we get to the stuff that you can actually use. Because despite the kid's best efforts to sabotage himself, he's actually elected president, and that is when, shocked and disgusted by his fellow Americans, he resigns and delivers the following speech, which you could basically deliver word for word.
I have a question for the grown-ups of America. Are you out of your minds? Are you expecting me to enforce the Constitution? I never even read it. I was absent from school that day. You want me as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces? What if somebody attacked the United States? Would you really want me in charge? America must be in really bad shape if you elected me president. You better get it together and find some qualified people to run this country, or we'll all be in big trouble.
That is a perfectly Trumpian address. It's a negation of responsibility, an implication of everyone else's stupidity, and it's a threat. And if you steal it, you'll even be passing off someone else's speech as your own, which I know is kind of a thing for your campaign. This is it, Donald. This book is your only way out from two equally unappealing scenarios, and I'm even willing to help you out myself here with a certain amount of personal sacrifice, because I have never wanted you to appear on this show. I believe I have said you will never be invited here, but I'm willing to invite you if you are willing to deliver that exact speech to the nation. And to make you feel at home, we've even built that weird black and gold podium that you used at the Republican convention. Remember, the creepy one that looks like the podium the Empire would use to announce it's going to strike back. So, Mr. Trump, Don Drew, back in February, I stood here and I called you a two-bit bullshit artist conning America to help himself. Please, prove me wrong and show yourself to be a three-bit bullshit artist conning America to help America. Embrace your destiny as the real-life kid who ran for president for all of our sakes. That is our show. We'll be back